Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy Wave here, back with another video, and today guys I'm gonna be telling you if you can get more than 60 FPS on console, and I'm gonna be discussing how you can possibly achieve this. And yeah, before I get into this guys, can you please drop a like, hit the sub button, turn post notifications on, and use code wave_YouTube in the item shop. That would mean a lot. And yeah, let's just get into this video. So guys, let's just get into it. So as you can see by the title, and it clearly says, can you get more than 60 FPS on console? So as you can see, for me, I've got 60 FPS. I'm on a PS4 Slim, and yeah, I'm on console. I don't know any other way to prove it than like my menus. Yeah, that's the only way to prove it really. I'm on console, and yeah, so I'm on console, and yeah, so basically you really can't get more than 60 FPS, but I feel like personally you can. There is still methods to like maximize your FPS and be able to get like 60 FPS, and like sometimes for me it says 70, but obviously I know it's capped, but because it says 70, that just proves that like you're maximizing the usage of the very little FPS you have on console. So yeah, in this video I'm going to just be teaching you how to basically get almost more than 60 FPS, but also just maximize the very little FPS those console players have. So yeah, basically guys, as you can see, I'm chilling at a good 60 FPS. This is a live commentary, so I am building whilst talking, so apologies for the poor gameplay, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, as you can see, I'm at a good 60 FPS, and it says like 63 to 58 to like 69, but that's just like averages. But the truth is though, because the console FPS isn't always just the same, because it does fluctuate and it does decrease at the same time. And for example, if you go on a really like a really heavily built map, so like on a map that's got loads of builds and like it's really detailed, your FPS will not be 60 FPS. More than likely it will be around 40, if not 30, depending on the thoroughness of the map and like how bad it is in terms of its like detail. So the first tip I'd recommend you guys doing is just use maps that really have little to nothing in them, because the key really is to have maps with as little memory as possible, for the reason that maps with a lot of memory just decrease your FPS drastically, because that's more frames to load, which obviously takes longer. So yeah, that's the first tip. Obviously when I say you can really maximize your FPS and really just get the most out of console, I mean that, because if your FPS can drop down, that means it can stay high, if that makes sense guys. So my best tip for you would be literally to go to settings, go to a game, and you want to turn off all your replays. Firstly, I don't really know when or why you would use replays at this point in the game. Maybe for a montage, so alright, understandable, but other than that you really wouldn't use replays, so I'd recommend turning them off. And it even says here they can reduce performance, and obviously performance is a really key thing in this game. You know, you really want that advantage, and especially on console, because you know, other than the fact that we have input delay, as well as we're capped at 60 FPS, we literally have no other benefits. Like, we have no other downsides, I would say. And like, we obviously can't like change our settings and our quality settings, but obviously other than that, our consoles are, like, you know, consoles are much more disadvantaged compared to PC. But hopefully with these tips guys, you won't like, the downsides of console won't really affect you as much, and you should be able to easily compete with PC without an issue. But yeah, that was the first tip, and yeah, let's just get on to the second tip. So the next tip guys I'd recommend is, I've seen this on Twitter, and basically this worked, and lots of people retweeted it saying that it did work for them. So this is like for niche kind of players, but basically another tip to like really maximize your FPS and like reach that 60 limit and not like range from like 50 to 40s to 30s is what you want to do. I know this sounds mad guys, but obviously it's really for the people that really only play Fortnite. So what you want to do is just literally you want to delete that, guys, but you want to delete every other game other than Fortnite. And yeah, this might sound a bit mad, guys, but basically the way this works is obviously your PS4 and also if you have like Warzone or something, your PS4 only has a certain amount of space, and regardless if it's a terabyte or if it's only 500 gigs, like it only does have a certain amount of space, and you know, having less space does affect the performance. So obviously what this player did on Xbox was he was only playing Fortnite, and he decided to delete all his other games other than Fortnite, and he found out that he got better performance once he deleted all his other games and freed up like the storage space and the hard disk space. It really just allowed his console, it was like he said, quote unquote, that it made his console feel like he just bought it, like he made it feel like it was his console when he just bought it. So yeah, guys, that's one of the other tips I'd recommend, because obviously it's just common sense really, but the only issue with that tip is it's only for like a niche like amount of people, because nowadays I don't think everyone just plays Fortnite. There's Warzone, there's that Fall Guys game, there's NBA, there's just so many different kind of games, FIFA, and just so many different kind of games that everyone plays. So obviously that is quite restricting, but if you do primarily play Fortnite and it is your predominant game and you're just looking for a performance boost wherever you can get it, I'd recommend doing that. Alright guys, the next tip I'd give you is, this isn't like, it's kind of related to FPS, but it still like increases the performance of the game and the feel for it. So yeah, the next tip I'd give you guys is go to settings, and first I would recommend turning off motion blur. I personally just think that I don't know, I just like think it's just another option that like just reduces the performance, because it's just like it's like a video effect. So I would believe that it just makes performance worse. So obviously it's of course personal preference, guys, but if you don't really care about it, I would recommend turning it off. I did, and I personally feel like the animations or whatever it says is very, very mild, especially due to the fact that I'm on a PS4 Slim. You really can't tell, but yeah, that's personal preference more than anything. But I feel like for example on PC, if you turn off motion blur, it will increase performance, so I don't see why it wouldn't do the same on console. But yeah, let's just get on to the next tip. So the next tip will increase your performance in a sense, due to the fact that it kind of removes input delay, so it's just getting closer to maximizing that 60 FPS on console. So yeah, basically what you want to do is go to your settings, go to your wireless controller options, and you want to go to your edit controls or just combat controls, and you want to find a button that you haven't binded anything to. So in my case, I didn't have anything binded to right on my D-pad, so then I bind it to switch mode / edit, and for some reason it really does remove edit delay. Loads of people have been talking about this and saying it works, so I don't see why it wouldn't, and so many people in the community do this, so it doesn't hurt. I don't see any downsides to it, so you might as well have that like extra, it might be placebo, it might not, but regardless, a placebo and not having placebo will still give you a benefit, because you still think you're getting better performance. Well, that's what I think anyway, guys. So yeah, that's the next tip. Right, let's move on to the final tip to maximize your 60 FPS on console and possibly get higher than that. As you can see, there's like 62, 72 in the top right. I know on console it's capped at 60 before I get absolutely violated in the comments, guys. I know that, but I'm just saying this for the people that want to maximize FPS, because obviously I know it does go down a lot and you really don't want that, because you know, if someone has better FPS than you, that means they can take that wall you have, or they can shoot you whilst you're like trying to like turbo build walls, and it's just really not a good performance. And you really want to be as reactive as possible in this game, because like if you can't be, then more than likely you'll just get smoked. But yeah, so the next tip I'm gonna give you guys is you want to go into creative, go to your hub, and what you really want to do, this is for creative, but all the other tips apply to public games as well, but this is for creative in particular. So as you can see, I just had one setup from for example purposes. So as you can see, this map increases ping. Of course, I know guys that ping isn't related to FPS, but regardless, having better ping means you've got better performance, and that is the goal if you're looking for how to get higher FPS than 60, guys. So yeah, this is the map 0312. It'll be in the description, and what you want to do if you're in creative is just put this map code in all of your islands, like which are here, because these islands take up power drive space and they make the game run worse, and you really don't want that. So yeah, the map code will be in the description. So yeah, and once you just want to type it in into all these maps, and what it will do is just increase your FPS, which means it will increase your performance. And obviously you can't increase your FPS, but you can increase your ping, so might as well take that extra performance boost. But it's better than none, if you know what I mean, guys. So now that I've added that, guys, I'm gonna show you the performance boost it gives me. So yeah, let's just go into it. Let's land, and so guys, now that I've added all the maps in and they've all loaded, and yeah, sorry about that cut, but I'm just waiting for them to all load. Now I'm in this map, the performance feels much better, and the game's just much smoother, and it runs much faster, and it's the closest thing to really to like increasing your performance. Don't get me wrong, guys, I know it doesn't increase your ping, I know that already, before I get all the trolls in the comments, you know, oh, it didn't increase my ping. Well, I've already said, as I said earlier, you can't really increase your ping, but you can maximize your performance and really make the most out of the 60 ping you have. And to be fair, 60 ping really isn't that bad, guys, for you all looking to like get a higher ping on console. It really isn't that bad. Of course, I know all these PC players with 240 FPS, I know all your favorite streamers and YouTubers have that, but think of it this way: if you can still play, if you can compete with them at this level, think about how you would be at 240 FPS. And just think about it, it's just that you like on 240 FPS, it would be too unfair, really, let's just be honest. So you know, just think about it like that, like it'll just be too unfair. So you know, you gotta stay on 60 FPS just to make it fair for all these other trash players, you feel me, guys? But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I know this video's been a bit of a long one, but it's just been it's been quite an in-depth tutorial on how to really improve your FPS, your ping, and just everything, really. Hopefully this video did help. If it did, drop a like, hit the sub button, turn post notifications on. If you could smash 20 likes, yeah, that would mean a lot. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. I need to stop saying guys, that's kind of sauce, no crap. And yeah, guys, oh my bless.